Reception during his two-day state visit to Cairo, the Prime Minister would interact with the top brass of Egypt and also visit the war cemetery at Heliopolis and the Al Hakim Mosque. My colleague Vishal Baristo caught up with India's ambassador to Egypt, Ajit Gupte.
After yet another grand and successful visit at the United States of America, Prime Minister Narendra Modi would be visiting Egypt, another great historic nation. India and Egypt go a long way as far as friendship is concerned, and I have with me Indian ambassador to Egypt. This is going to be the first state visit of Prime Minister Modi to Egypt. So how do you see to it as far as both nations, 75 years of relation?
When you mention the 75 years of establishment of diplomatic relations, it is important to remember that Egypt was one of the first countries to establish diplomatic ties with India, and they did so within 72 hours of India becoming independent. So you can see that Prime Minister's visit is taking place after a very long time to Egypt, and it is truly a historic and momentous occasion which will take the relationship forward.
How do you see things, India, Egypt and Modi regime?
Well, one of the coincidences is that both Prime Minister Modi and President Sisi came to power in 2014, and they have met on numerous occasions, including on the margins of multilateral meetings, and they have a very good sort of friendship. President Sisi refers to Prime Minister as his brother. Now coming to NAM, certainly non-aligned movement was set up by India, Egypt and Yugoslavia, and that at that time it gave an alternative to the developing countries.
Both India and Egypt representing global south and India leading the voice. So how do you see this visit?
We are working closely with Egypt to develop our functional bilateral cooperation, and there are many aspects which we are discussing with them: digital payments, Aadhaar card, grain security, etc. And I am sure that in the coming few months we will see many of these fructify.
When we talk about Prime Minister's visit to Egypt, so we would like to know about the bilaterals and the importance of this visit and the key areas that would be the focus.
Keeping in mind the growing trade, investment and defense exchanges, we have stepped up our political interaction. Last year alone, 3 of our very senior ministers visited Egypt. Raksha Mantri came in September 2022. We signed an MOU on defense cooperation. Soon thereafter, External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar came, and also our Minister for Environment, Dr. Bhupinder Yadav. From the Egyptian side also, this year we've already had 4 ministers which have visited India.
With cameraman Khanna, this is Vishal Baristo for GT India, Cairo.